God cannot be mocked. Even before you set out to actually do it in reality, God already knows that you're thinking about it in your heart. He searches the innermost part of your heart. And let's consider Ananias and Sapphira in the Bible, where they sold their land and the husband and the wife, they planned to lie. So the fact that even your husband is doing it is not a yardstick for you to be a part of it. The fact that your wife is doing it is not a yardstick for you to be a part of it. Ananias and Sapphira in Acts chapter 5 from verse 1 to 10, they sold the land and they decided in their heart that they were going to lie about the amount for which they sold the land. And then they came to Peter, and Peter asked, "Is this the whole amount for which you sold the land?" And Ananias said, "Yes, that was all of it." And then Peter said, "Why have you allowed the devil to use you like this? Why have you allowed yourself to be used by the devil to tell such a lie?" And immediately he fell down and he died. His wife wasn't there, so his wife didn't know what had happened. And so the wife came separately. And Peter asked the wife, "So when I tell you that the fact that your husband is doing it doesn't mean you should do it, this is actually valid." And Sapphira came, that's Ananias' wife. She came into the room and Peter asked, "Madam, don't worry. Where's my husband? Wait first, madam. Is this the amount for which you and your husband sold the land? Is this the money that you were paid for the piece of land that you sold? Is this the money that you recovered from the piece of land that you sold?" And the wife, after conspiring with the husband, not knowing that the husband had already been visited by the wrath of God, also told a lie and said, "Yes, this is the amount for which we sold the land." She said yes. She confirmed the lie. She said, "Yes, this is the amount for which we sold the land. This is all that we sold the land for. This is all of the money." And immediately she too fell down and died because she thought she could mock God. She and her husband thought they could mock God. But they do not know that even before you get there to say that lie, the Spirit of God has already searched your heart. It is like a torchlight. It breaks through the innermost parts. It breaks through your systems. It breaks through your cells. It breaks through your organs. And it deciphers the truth from you. Not what you are saying, but what is in your heart. And that's why Peter was able to know that they were telling a lie. And immediately, not Peter, but the Spirit of God struck them dead. So, are you living a life in which you think you can begin to mock God? You can shortchange God. For Lashade Oget, God bless you. He that covereth a sin shall not prosper. So Ananias and Sapphira, this is husband and wife now. This is not saying, oh, husband and wife, you have to collaborate to make it good. You have to collaborate to make it better. You have to collaborate to, move forward. You cannot collaborate in a lie. That is a lie. That is you trying to mock God. Irrespective if that is your husband, irrespective if that is your wife. You can respectfully decline to be a part of a lie. You can respectfully tell your husband, if this is what you have decided to do, you can go ahead and do it, but I will not be a part of this. If your wife has decided to be a part of a lie, if your wife has decided to be a liar, you can tell your wife as a husband, "My darling wife, this is wrong, but if you must go ahead with it like this, then I refuse to be a part of it." If only Sapphira had come in, and when Peter asked her, "Is this the amount for which you sold the land?" If only she had said, "No, there is some more. We actually kept some. My husband told me to keep some." But then again, some of you will say, "Oh, that's a bad wife." Some of you would say, "Oh, it's better as they die together. That's a good husband and a good wife. They are bound together in love." Bound together in love or bound together in sin? Bound together in love or bound together in mocking God? I don't know the kind of life that you and your spouse are living. Maybe even you and your boyfriend. She too love him. That's a good woman. That is what the world celebrates today. A man who is able to join the wife in a lie is what the world celebrates today. Don't join your spouse in a lie. Don't join your father in a lie. Don't join your mother in a lie. No matter the position that they hold. Don't join them in a lie. Because at the end of the day, when the wrath of God comes, it's going to fall on the both of you. And so Ananias came thinking he could mock God. He could hide it away from God. He could keep it away from God. Just like some of you are doing today. You go to church. Today is Sunday. Some of you have been to church. You sang in the choir. You were part of the ushering team. You were part of the drama team. You did your service. You are part of those who clean the church. And then right from the very church, after you serve, you go to another place, maybe to a herbalist or to whoever. I don't know where you're going to. Or you go to a shrine where all you do is bite and gossip people. You go to a place where all you do is try to bring your neighbor down. You go to a place and bear false witness against your neighbor. And you think God is not aware. God is the all-forgiving, all-knowing God. But then again, his justice can never be mocked. So the life that you're living today, I think this is the time for you to really sit down and examine the life that you're living. Examine the quality of life that you're living. Examine the standards by which you're living this life. And make a turnaround for the better. Make a turnaround for the better. It is not too late today. And for those of you who have even, given your life to Christ in the past, the word of God says it is better not to have even been a part of the fold than for you to put your hand on the plow and then turn back. It is worse for you to have been a believer and then you just consciously decide in your heart, maybe because of what you see on Instagram or because of what your friends are doing or because of what your neighbor is doing, you now decide that you want to turn from the ways of God and turn to the ways of man, or yield to your flesh, or yield to your earthly desires. The word of God says it is worse. It is better for you to not even have been saved at all than to get saved and then turn around and go back to your evil ways. It is better to not have been saved at all.